What's up, Internet? I want to share with you my latest project, the full restoration of a Honda Trail CT70. This bike is affectionately dubbed #MeToo, and as you can see from the video, she's definitely been through a lot. Now, every bike has a unique story, and this little Honda is no exception. In this video, I'm going to share with you the twists and turns, what I've been able to piece together so far. The story starts with this crazy guy right here. This is Grant. He's my father-in-law. He's been riding, restoring, and collecting Honda Trails for over a decade. Here you can see him in his natural habitat, doing burnouts on his, quote, mobility bike for the shop. Quick side note, if you ever want to go down a rabbit hole, punch up Grant Honda Trail into Google Images. It'll bring up pictures of an award-winning bike where he once shoehorned a massive motor into a tiny Honda Trail. But I digress. Let's get back to the journey of the Me Too bike. So a couple years ago, Grant picked up a few bikes at an auction in Ohio. Here's a picture of the Hondas thrown into the back of a pickup truck on their way west to Huntington Beach, California. The bike sat lonely in the corner of the shop, starved for attention, a shell of her once former glory. Unbelievably though, after an oil change and some fresh gas in the tank, boom, the bike started up like a champ. I've been talking with Grant about taking on another project, a more complicated, ambitious build with customization to express my creativity. He was generous enough to offer me up the Me Too bike, so I took him up on it and hauled it down to Encinitas, California, where I started digging into the details. One of the first things you'll notice on this bike are Avalon stickers plastered all over. A little bit of research shows that these were permits to drive on Catalina Island. So that's pretty awesome. More than likely, this Honda was ridden around by tourists and vacationers all around Catalina. In fact, almost 5,000 miles worth, according to the odometer. Opening up the seat, we can see the original color hiding out underneath, candy apple red. In order to keep the true spirit of the bike, I'll repaint it the original color and restore her to her formal glory. As you can see here, most of the bodywork is trash or in pretty rough shape. During the rebuild, I'll upgrade a lot of these old components to modern versions, all while keeping that retro classic look. And the last thing I want to point out is the VIN number, shown here stamped into the frame, CT70 11310. I looked it up online, and from what I can tell, Honda made this model for about 9 years, from 1969 to 1978. This bike, however, was one of the very first to roll off the production line. That makes it incredibly rare and just adds to how special this bike already is. I mean, just take a step back and think about the incredible journey this bike has had in her short 50-year lifetime. It rolled off the line in Japan as one of the first Honda Trails ever built during the opening days or weeks of production. Then she sailed west, more than likely Long Beach, where it was purchased and ferried across to Catalina Island. There, she spent her golden years in the golden California sun, bringing smiles to passengers all over the island. But then, I don't know. The rest is a mystery, her whereabouts unknown, until popping up at an auction in Ohio. After that, she heads back west to Huntington Beach and finally down to San Diego, where she will begin her life brand new as an upgraded and completely restored bike with new features she could have never imagined. And that's what I find fascinating about these types of projects. To me, it's more than bolting on parts and slapping on a fresh coat of paint. It's about the spirit of the bike, the soul, the history of where it's been and where it's going. So thanks for watching. If you'd like to follow along, mash that like and subscribe button. See you next time.